in. How is it going, everyone? Welcome to more Grid 2, and today's time for supercars, starting with the McLaren F1. Not sure how many, how many more categories are there gonna be, because this one is pretty clearly the supercars category, right? Well, this game doesn't really have such a separation with categories, but close enough. So, well, the Pagani Sonda is a DLC, and so is the Koenigsegg. But you already know what I think of DLC, so let's just go with the McLaren F1. But yeah, I guess with those two cars, it's pretty clear this might be the last category.
One mistake and we could be out of the race.
I mean, the only exception is if this game somehow has LMPs like the previous one, but this one doesn't seem like it will have like official racing categories. Oh, the Bugatti Veyron is also here. Tim Callum got fucked. Nice. Wait, isn't this the same track I did last time? Actually, hold up. Don't tell me these are the same group of events as yesterday, because it might be the case. Will be pretty lame. I mean, I understand we're doing it with different cars, but wouldn't that be super lame? Just have the exact same things as yesterday? Oh, fuck. No, it's not the same track, I think. It's a different variant.
I want to see you get a good eye on his racing line and pass this guy.
Though actually, I don't even remember if here was the first race or not. Can't remember. Well, in any case, the issue here is that I'm not even in the podium. I'm also getting fucked in every way. Okay. That was a bad start. Maybe I should start with the face-off, since the face-offs are naturally easier. Also a good idea to get used to the car, since the car, it's the first time I use it. It seems that it's a little bit old to drive, not to mention it's fast. And the fact that it's fast means that... damn it. Yeah, I think I'll go for the face-off first. I need to get a feel for it. It's a shame that they don't let you get out to the main menu immediately. I guess that's because they want you to... Wait, hold up. They have to quit out of... No, it's fine here. Yeah, okay.
Well, it's not a great start, so you need to really attack the next series you choose.
Not a great start, you think? Well, it's okay, you cannot lose fans in this game. It's impossible. You can only gain them, so even a horrible start is fine.
So watch out when you weight shift the car.
Yeah, against who? Against a Bugatti. The other one started faster. So that can be an issue, but it's fine. Immediately overtook him. So this thing reaches 300, like probably the top speed is 350, most likely. Oh fuck. Damn, that was an actual... Well, it let me somehow do the flashback there. But that was an actual race-ending accident. But I guess that's something that's common now that I'm driving cars that go this fast. 350 is the speed they can reach, but they also just casually reach 300, like it's nothing. It's fine. For fuck's sake. It's fine. For some reason here, the flashbacks are working. I don't know why. Which, by the way, in the previous race that I did, they weren't working. So maybe it's that in regular races they don't work for some reason. Because if I remember correctly yesterday, they seemed like... No, maybe not. I think I also tried to use them in eliminators and in checkpoint events and they didn't work. Yeah, I don't know. As I always say, they work whenever they feel like. And if they don't feel like it, they don't work. Alright. That was all, but I actually made him lose time there.
Car won't take too many of those impacts. Be careful.
Who says it cannot take many of those? Don't worry, I'm an expert. These cars can take many hits. I made sure to test that, and I can guarantee you they can take a gigantic amount of abuse. So don't worry. It's not a big deal. Oh, I lost my left door. Oh well. Let's go for the right one. See, it's that this car is very heavy, so I'm simply getting rid of the unneeded weight. Oh fuck. It does make a difference when you are allowed to use the flashback. Makes a huge difference. Because here I would have already restarted twice and maybe even more, because I probably would have crashed against the same corner multiple times, right?
Oh yeah, that's what we want to see. Record crowds, millions of viewers, sky high.
Shut up. That was only a whatever race, you know.
Hong Kong has a high corner frequency, so watch out when you weight shift the car.
I'm also surprised that they don't just, you know, remove the lines from that guy every time that one of these rounds starts. Like we already hear him say all that. Seems a little bit amateur, right? Yeah, whatever. I mean, the real issue is that you cannot skip the intro. I mean, if you could skip it, that wouldn't be an issue. But you cannot. Oh, damn. That's messed up, Bugatti, bro. I don't know why I expected the exact same thing will yield a different result, but it's fine. Okay, we can start from this corner, maybe. I go more to the inner side so that way he cannot dive on like that, but then how smooth it is when flashbacks actually want to work. But, I mean, that's I guess also the reason why so many of yesterday races were so hard, because in multiple occasions I had to restart them even when I was pretty advanced into it. Well, in some other cases, it's also the fact that I wasn't fast enough to get into a good position and had to restart, and that's something that the flashback is not gonna fix, but yeah. Well, and here we saw on that first tournament with this... Fuck. That was an interesting combination of events. Can we please not do that? Also, another weird thing is how, regardless of if the flashback triggers or not, well, I already say this before, but how the length of the flashback seems to also be completely random. Sometimes it lets you go very far back and sometimes it doesn't, right? So that just seems stupid. Maybe... Well, maybe, I don't know. I shouldn't guess. Something that only the devs probably know what's going on here. Well, I'm pretty sure that if I Google it, I will find it too. Haven't really bothered with it, because it's whatever. I wouldn't really consider it game breaking, though it certainly is annoying. Being annoying is something I can deal with. So this car, I think, has the same issue as many cars that are not of the drift category have, which is that unless you use the handbrake, they don't wanna drift. Okay, and Bruno Silva is still apparently the guy to beat here. Guess that hasn't changed.
Hong Kong has a high corner frequency, so watch out when you weight shift the car.
Yeah. Wait, is that? It's a Mercedes, isn't it? Yeah. It's the AMG. Well, at least a different car than the ones the other guys were using. Though, damn. Already with this distance, seems that the AMG is not... I mean, then again, the AMG, is that thing even considered a supercar? Like... I don't know much about cars, but I will assume that cars like this one, the Koenigsegg, the Pagani Sonda, like cars like those are in a different level. Both in, well, I don't know in performance, but I know in price they are on a completely different level. But this one, like the Mercedes AMG, isn't that, I wouldn't call standard, because all these cars are expensive as shit, but isn't that something that, you know, like a very wealthy people can afford and not just a millionaire? Because I'm pretty sure that all those Koenigseggs, Pagani and shit, if you're not a millionaire, I don't think you're affording that. But that Mercedes feels like if you're a wealthy individual, you probably could afford it, right? Maybe that specific Mercedes is not. The thing about Mercedes AMG is that they use that denomination for like 30 different cars, you know? There are many Mercedes AMG and they have nothing to do with each other. But that being said, I don't even think that one is meant to be that ultra expensive like every other car so far look like, right? Well, not to mention that here, looking at the in-game performance of the car, seems like compared to the other two Bugatti, this one is falling behind without me really doing that well. I mean, I'm kissing walls left and right, going quite slow on some corners, and yet this guy is not even close to me. The Bugatti will already be on my ass right now. But this guy, no, he's keeping his distance. So, well, he's keeping his distance. More like I'm keeping my distance, but yeah. Well, that's good though, because if it's Bruno the one driving this car and the car is not gonna perform well, that should make it easier to fight, to race him at least. Though if that's the case, that means someone else is gonna take his place. Gold Knight? What? I don't know what that means. Will you please clarify? Is there something wrong in the stream or something?
Which
Hopefully not.
car do you want to race in?
Oh, speaking of Mercedes AMG, damn, I don't like either of these. I don't know, really. These are, well, these are supposed to be GT3 cars, so maybe they still have the license for GT3. I mean, I don't know. I'll pick the Audi though. I already say that I think the Mercedes AMGs are lame. The Audi is not much better to me though. I think it's less lame. Anyways, School Candy, Time Attack, Eliminator, and oh, another race series. Okay, I could try the Eliminator with that Audi, assuming I'm allowed to use it. I am, okay. And here you have more choices with the DLC cars. Wait a second. Oh, so the car that the guy was using was probably this one. It's a Mercedes McLaren. Yeah, I never remember what's the relation between those, right? Like, it's a Mercedes car, but it has the McLaren name in it. Despite the fact that, I mean, Mercedes is Sherman and McLaren is British.
Have an uneven camber, so watch they don't unbalance the car. All
Okay.
right, pal, this driver's the one to watch today.
Lorenzo.
All right, Eliminator. Fight your way to the front of the pack early on, and you should stay safe.
Well, I'm not sure how well this Audi performs, but I mean, at least it seems pretty stable so far. Wait, what's the next corner here? Oh, it doesn't matter. It goes into a straight. Okay, Bruno. Oh, what the hell? Okay, yeah, interesting maneuver. Him, just like that. A murder attempt. Though this car that I'm using right now seems to be struggling in speed. Like, it's losing on straights. It's actually losing out on straights.
Eliminated. Do not drop back.
Maybe this car for... well, it just might not be a good idea in general. Okay, I guess I will have to... like, maybe this car is good for circuits and shit, but for something like this... I mean, you could see that in a straight... well, it's possible that my corner exit wasn't good and they were simply gaining speed on that, but it just felt like it couldn't keep up.
Always need to try and engage a wider audience, so keep an eye on your sponsor objectives.
A wider audience? You mean that I need fat people to follow me? I mean, I don't see why that will make a difference. But yeah, sure, I don't mind.
Have an uneven camber,
I
so watch they
accept
don't
people
unbalance
of
the
all
car.
weights
Keep an eye on that
and
driver today.
widths. Sorry, I mean width. Yeah, all of them are welcome.
Sector 2 is where you really need to push yourself. Someone's taking damage behind you. Increase the gap.
I'm the one taking damage, what do you mean? Okay, that was a pretty bad start. And I'm second to last, nice. Okay. That was a horrible start. Well, keep in mind that the elimination events were the only ones I didn't do yesterday. Well, that and the drift events, but the drift events are a given. I might need to do the promo events instead. It's probably a better idea. Seems that that face-off against Bruno was not a good depiction on what to expect from him. Also, again, I'm trying I try the flashback and it doesn't work. Maybe it's because there are more competitors and the flashback doesn't work, as it will be too hard to adapt the AI to the flashback. I don't know. I mean, if it was something like that, I would assume that they will let me know beforehand, right? Or at worst telling me that I cannot use the flashback on the spot. Not being able to use flashback really makes this way harder than it already is, because it is already hard. It does seem at least... No... Oh shit. Sorry, Mr. Bugatti. Didn't mean to do that.
Someone has been eliminated.
See, that one is not whatever. You know, I'm just gonna do the promo events. I think that's a better idea. I mean, it would be nice to be able to beat these ones, and I probably will, but this is looking very impossible right now. It's fine. Let me do promo.
Those objectives are a must. Check
Oh, I unlock one, okay. Yeah, well, I also wish you could skip this unlocking stuff. Like, it's fine. I'll check them later, don't worry. Wait, was this the same car that I used in the previous category? I think it was. Weird that it appears here. The promo events don't really follow any speed category. They just are. Wait, there's gonna be an overtake in a track like this. Well, that's the first time I see an overtake event in a... Well, okay, hold up. That's not worth it. In overtake events, you will use the flashback a lot more. I was about to say, it's the first time that I see... Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, it's fine. It's the first track, it doesn't matter. Didn't even have a combo built anyways. Oh, you also get a penalty for off track? No way. This is gonna be a disaster. Yeah, this will be a disaster. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea at all to make... off track basically takes away your combo. This is a horrible idea. This is an absolutely horrendous idea. Because the thing is that off track is not the same as corner cutting. Like, even having 2 tires off track is enough to be considered off track here. Tim, I don't know what to say. This seems very, very picky. Well, that one was my fault, to be fair. But it's still pretty picky, mostly because... Yeah, you don't have much time to overtake anything. This probably will have to be a restart, by the way, but... That was off track. I mean, I guess, yeah, technically it was off track, but this is gonna be painful.
He's defending his position well. They're gonna have to pull out all the stops to get by.
No, I mean, I don't expect to win. I just wanna know what I can do. Oh, I overtook him somehow. Well, maybe the game is very aware of how messed up this is, and they are merciful with the amount of points you need. You see, like, doing this on an urban track is already hard, but doing this on a regular racing circuit is ultra messed up. Well, it's fine. Oof. No, what the hell? It's fine, it's fine. The issue here is that even if I cross the finish line in first, I think that he can still get points afterwards. So I don't think that crossing the line here while I appear first guarantees the fact that I am indeed first. But I am. Nice. By how much? Okay, that was decent. Like, the game was merciful here. Like, they didn't expect you to full combo that. I guess it would have been well, not impossible, obviously, but clearly way too hard.
That was something else.
Endurance. No. But I can do toy, I guess. Though at the same time, this event don't seem like they give you that many fans. I think it only gave me 200,000, and it's only because of the sponsor. So might not be a good idea, but then again, I'm getting fucked in every single one of these anyway, so I'm not sure what's a good idea and what isn't. Oh, this is another one with the Ariel Atom. Okay, well, I could try this one. Last time, a couple of these laps took me a lot of effort to properly get the time I needed. Already a pretty wild start. Well, the issue is that this is also a very long lap, 1 minute 34, and it's 3 laps to do the whole event. Yeah, that's annoying. Well, that was a very good corner. I need to overtake this guy. I didn't do that well, that corner, it's fine. I remember that, yeah, last group of events, trying to get the fastest lap here was super tough. But this one, wait, really, by 4 seconds? Well, 3.5, I guess, but that's pretty wild. Did I really do that well? Or is it that you're doing super slow so then you can beat? I was not expecting my lap to be that good.
A little speed if you can. You're currently on pace with the rest.
What do you mean we're currently at pace with the rest? No, I'm clearly ahead of pace. Like, 2.5 seconds is not a minor amount for a hot lap, you know? Like, that's a very big difference. Like, a genuinely big difference, which surprises me considering how hard it was yesterday. And well, maybe the next tracks will be hard, but this one on the first try, 2 seconds of advantage. Alright. Would be nice if all of them are that easy, but probably not. It doesn't cost anything to dream. I don't think this lap is as fast as that previous one though. Mostly because of the first corner, I didn't do it that well. Though, well, 1 second of difference here wasn't that good. Yeah, that was gonna be corner cutting. Well, here it's basically just a matter of finishing the lap and that's it. It's no use, obviously restarting here will be a waste. Just remember, only your fastest lap matters. So here the only thing I need to do is get to the end. It's very unlikely that any of these guys is gonna beat my time at this rate, so... This one is a good start. I think it also helps that it's this car, not because of the car in itself, but rather that it's not as fast as the other cars in this group of events. So it's way less annoying. But way less annoying, I mean, it's simply a lot easier. It's not about annoyance, it's simply about difficulty. Obviously, driving slower cars is easier than driving faster ones. But yeah, like basically more than 2 seconds ahead. I hope that happens on the next 2 events, but it will be hard. But we will see.
Really strong performance out there. You're currently first in the event standings.
I am. Though I do wish that the lap time is not gonna be that high for these ones. Oh, we're going to Indianapolis. But the thing about Indianapolis is that a big portion of this track is just this. Just the oval part. So at least on the oval part you just need to worry about going. Right, like you cannot really do this much faster by doing anything else, so it's only from here that you need to worry. Well, only, it's like half of the track, but that's the thing. Half of the track you need to worry and the other half you don't need to worry. That's the beauty of it. That was bad.
Step it up a gear. You're not racing at a good pace.
Need to overtake this guy, which is trivial because that's a very wide corner. The finish line is there. This will be faster.
Push if you can.
Yeah, not as fast as the previous one. And it's possible that here they are probably gonna get quite close to that time, but that was still pretty impressive. Well, I don't know why this is happening though. Yesterday it wasn't happening like this, but I'll take it. Guess I suddenly overnight became a pro with the Ariel Atom. This is a pretty cool car though. I do wish it was single seat instead of having 2 seats. I feel like it looks pretty dumb with 2, but it's fine. You see, it's like that other seat, it's like it's there for no reason. And unlike, you know, standard cars, where you cannot see the seats from outside, here you can see it and it looks weird. Anyways, yeah, I will win this one too. And nice. The Ariel Atom was a good choice for these events. I don't know though if the other ones are... How do they compare? Like the Edsbow and the Caterham. But this one seems like it just gets the job done. Using them in races though is not a good idea because of the camera. Well, I mean here it's also not a good idea because of the camera, but here you don't have a choice. I guess that's the only bad thing about driving this thing in this game. The camera is too low. Damn, I even PB'd on the last lap. Nice. This is some interesting domination going on right now.
You're first in the event standings. Keep it up.
Alright, so this means that third place guarantees a victory. Well, maybe I will get first again and it doesn't matter, but if I can't, a third will be enough.
Gas Marina is challenging. The technical sections require expert car control.
Yeah, I know. Not to mention, Yas Marina is a pretty long track. Well, there is a reason why they go for 2 laps and not 3. In 1 minute 40. Alright. Yeah, that's long. I did that very slowly. I didn't know what to expect on that set of corners. No, Yas Marina has an insane amount of variance. That's more than what I expected. It really does have lots of them. The 136. Well, I say 135.
Good, but I want you to drive great. Push ahead.
Well then, it seems weird to be dominating like this. I mean, I remember yesterday when I crossed the finish line for the first time, like for the first lap of each one of these events, and I seen myself in 11th place. It was pretty funny. Yeah, here it's just pretty easy for some reason. Maybe I'm just playing better than yesterday, but... Well, okay, to be fair, when I was doing this event, I remember that yesterday there were very loud celebrations going outside because of the World Cup match. And that probably threw me off a little bit, so yeah, I guess that's the explanation. You see, otherwise it's like I'm a completely different player. Or maybe it's just that the AI decided to suck balls here for some reason. Anything is possible. Well, it's also possible that the tracks are easier. And I think they are so far easier than... Well, so far, this is the last one, but... They seem like they were easier than the ones yesterday in the time attack event. Also, how is it going, Wasabi? You're seeing a small amount of fireworks because of 4th of July. Well, I mean, honestly, anytime that I see less fireworks, I personally get happy about it because I hate fireworks. I mean, I like the way they look. It's just that I feel like unless you go to a fireworks show, I don't think that being next to fireworks is pretty nice at all. Yeah, I guess I'm a minority on that. I really don't like fireworks. But yeah, here the only time they use fireworks is at Christmas and New Year. For everything else, they don't really use fireworks. Wait, this is the GT3, yeah. Okay, well, on to the Audi. But yeah, I guess they probably did use fireworks when we won the World Cup 4 years ago, but the only time they tend to use fireworks is in those two dates, Christmas and New Year. Our independence is not really something we celebrate that much. I mean, it's a holiday, so we don't go to work, but I mean, as far as the celebrations go, I don't think we really celebrate at all. Well, some people do. Like, some people do like special acts, right? Like, you know, they dress as historical characters and all of that. Well, characters. When I say character, I meant like historical people of, well, history. I'm not sure what word you use in English for that. But yeah, here we have a word for that. It's called prócer, which is kind of like, you know, well, a historical figure. That's what that word means. So how is it going, Kyle? Try playing this game, but it's kind of hard to reach top 3. Yeah. I can attest to that. Wait, oh, my direction got fucked on that impact. Damn it. Well, what difficulty do you try to play? Because I'm playing very hard, so I really cannot complain.
Improve your times in Sector 3, and you'll be in with a better chance.
The kind of game that runs at 240? Not really. There is an option to limit the frame rate in-game. I'll show it to you... Well... When I crash, it was on hard. Well, I mean, just lower the difficulty, bro. In fact, that's what I plan on doing if I struggle too much on some of these events here that are really hard. I'm playing on very hard, so in my case I will lower it to hard, I guess. But
Alright, next one's easy to catch.
Okay, remind me, because I'm probably gonna forget. Next time that I access the pause menu, remind me to show you the option. But if you go to graphic options, you have an option that says how many frames you want per second. Unless you tell me that option doesn't do anything, which is... Hold up. Go back. Which is pretty possible. Jesus. Okay. Need to go... Well, the issue is that here I'm already going quite fast. See, that's insane. This corner is pretty messed up. I don't know how to... Okay, hold up. Well, I can show you now. But if you go to graphic options and video mode, you see it right here, refresh rate. It's on 60. So, unless that option doesn't do anything, which is possible, I'm pretty sure that you don't need external tools to limit the frame rate, right? Yeah, in theory, that works. Well, maybe they also added that in another update, I don't know. On default, it gave me like 1 trillion FPS.
Stay cool.
Well, I mean, you know that for PC games, the first thing you need to do anytime that you boot them up is like you go straight into the settings. You gotta do that. You gotta go straight into the settings and then worry about that there. And then once you're done with the settings, then you can start playing. See, it's pretty important. Make sure that the graphics, well, graphics and in a lot of cases also controls. You know that in the indie games that I played, like these previous days, they are games that have dodge, right? And for games that have dodge, like platforming games that have dodge, I have to always put it at L1, or, well, the left bumper, basically, right? If I don't put it there, it's gonna just be way too hard for me to dodge. I mean, it could probably work in L2, but it will be uncomfortable. So yeah, in anything, any possible option, you just gotta configure it before you start. No matter the game. If you're, well, even if you're not playing on PC, if you're playing on console, I feel like it's just as important. Go straight into the options and see everything you have there. You know, that's something that I've been doing since I was a kid. Even in games from like PS1, first thing to do is go to the options. I don't know exactly why, but my parents all like taught me that, right? Like, anytime you start the game, go to the options first. And it's a very good thing to do. It's a very good advice. I even wonder why the fuck they knew that back then. But they did. Oh, there goes that. And I cannot flashback for some reason. This is a problem. It also really feels like this Audi is not doing very well for some reason. Maybe I should have picked the Mercedes after all. There's also a lot of other cars that I'm not sure which ones they are. Or are those the Mercedes? No, they look like McLarens. The ones that are in front of me. Well, not the red one, I mean the other ones. I think they are McLarens. Probably. Yeah, they have to be McLarens. But I think that might be a DLC, like that specific McLaren. And the one ahead right now is a Mercedes, but... Well, see, now I've been thinking about this. What would be a better option? Like, lowering the difficulty and not use DLC characters? I mean cars. Or keeping the difficulty and using DLC characters. Because I feel like it probably would be better to keep the difficulty and using DLC cars. Maybe. Yeah, DLC characters. Well, the cars are pretty much characters, you know? Also, again, for some reason I cannot flashback. Okay. Pretty cool. I feel like, considering that I'm doing pretty badly here and I'm seriously considering lowering the difficulty, I feel like it might be a better idea to at least try the DLC cars first.
I don't expect you to accept every invite.
Get Fernando Alonso from the gacha.
So when a vehicle
Of course.
well, you really have nothing to lose.
Gotta represent Spain. Alright. Well, all of this I quitted, so it doesn't look like it's going pretty nice at all. I guess I could try a DLC car, because right now, as I said, my choice is in between lowering the difficulty or using DLC cars. I think I prefer the option of using DLC cars, at least to try them. And if I realize that there is no difference, then yeah, I guess I will just lower the difficulty. Like both the McLaren and the other one, how's it called? The Audi felt like they couldn't do much. I mean, the McLaren did well on the face-off event, but face-off is a joke anyways. Alright, so this is pretty fucked up that I'm already in second place. Like, this car is very clearly, very clearly superior to the McLaren. It's not even close. It's quite messed up even. Pretty messed up. If you saw the beginning of the stream, yeah, that was my fault though. That corner I always fuck it up, but if you saw the beginning of the stream of me trying to use the McLaren here, the McLaren could not even get into top 4. So damn. This game is actually paid to win. That's pretty disappointing though. To be fair, one car that I didn't use is the other one that you can use here, which is the Pagani Huayra, which is not DLC, but I simply didn't pick it. But maybe if I had picked it, I probably would have done better. I don't know. I mean, I could still try to unlock it, but yeah. Not to mention that the opponents are allowed to use the DLC cars, you know? That's what makes it even more fucked up. Why? And more importantly, why cannot I fucking flashback? That's something that doesn't matter if you're using a DLC car or not, it just doesn't work. Doesn't feel like working. I didn't see that. Okay, now you let me use the flashback for some reason. Okay. Anyways, well, but I cannot use it there. Oh, never mind, I could use it there right at the end for some reason. Not sure what changed, but and that's a mess. It just makes no sense at all.
Good. Let's push for first.
Anyways, I was saying... no, I was about to say, since you are here, Kyle, you know that they implemented episode 18 in the official Ragnarok Online server I'm playing? I think it's called... how was it called? Something of prayer. But yeah, the point is that I did the quest. Pretty fucked up though. They make you go to instances with normal enemies with 2 million HP. And also make you fight 2 actual bosses. Erection of prayer. Direction. Yeah, that one. So I somehow managed to do it solo, but then like that one dungeon with 2 bosses is fucked up. You have to fight against a... oh shit. You have to fight against a guy that like flies and has electric powers, and then you have to fight against like a fake version of Freya and that same guy again for some reason. It was pretty cool though, I gotta say, but yeah, I got this thing. The way I did it is by spamming Mystery Illusion, which is one of the Archmage skills, which is shadow property, so it works very well against Holy. minute.
That is a seriously mangled vehicle.
What, a seriously mangled vehicle? Is that what you say? Though, I gotta say I don't like what I'm seeing, and I'm not talking about my vehicle being, you know, hit, but rather the fact that... what the hell? See, like, right there, for example, I just realized on the bottom left, the flashbacks are not showing up for some reason. But I did see them before. Do they just disappear when they feel like it, or is there something that needs to happen? Maybe they disappear if you crash against the opponents or something, I don't know. It became a daily instance. Yes, it's just that, I mean, at least for what I've seen on the description of that instance, which I think is called Bilia of Deception, that one, unless you go with a party, you're gonna get your ass kicked very badly. Like, apparently all the opponents take like... oh, fuck.
Okay, Hot Rod, into first. Keep it there.
I got in first, okay? Yeah, I was out to say that the enemies have all 90% protection. Like, they take only, I'm assuming it means that they only take 10% of damage that you deal. So that already is pretty fucked up, considering that the enemies have 5 million health, not to mention the MVPs. So yeah, I didn't even attempt it because yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea. Alright, I gotta say I'm a little bit disappointed of the game here. This is essentially pay to win. You know, like, this is pay to win.
Well done, you're leading the event.
Like, again, compare how I did at the beginning of the stream with the McLaren F1 and now with this thing. Pretty wild.
Paris is narrow and full of aggressive hairpins. Make every move count. There's Harrison Carter. He's
Pretty
not scared
wild.
to trade paint, so try and stay clear.
Well, that's disappointing, because it really all goes down to that. I mean, in the previous game you also had cars that were clearly a lot better than others, but those were not DLC cars. You could simply, like, you know, buy them with in-game money, and they were in the base game, all of them. But this is pay to win, yeah, it's what it is. Yeah, that's the Koenigsegg. You know, it's not called Koenigsegg Agera. There is another one that is called like that in this game, but I'm pretty sure it is the Koenigsegg Agera. Like, the Agera has very different versions of it, and I think that this is simply one of them. I could be wrong though. Not like I'm a Koenigsegg connoisseur, but yeah. It's the way it works. So see, for example, there, I still have the flashbacks there where it says ×5, but I could not use it. So I don't understand. I simply don't understand how it works when it feels like working. It just makes zero sense. It really makes zero sense. But oh well. It is what it is. I do wonder here, because, I mean, I say that the McLaren is clearly inferior to this one, and it is. But I wonder what would have happened if instead I had picked the Pagani Huayra. Like maybe the Pagani Huayra would have done just as good as this one, but I find that hard to believe. This really just feels like it's DLC privilege. Like, you wanna win, you gotta pay. Because it's a world of difference. Like, here, it really feels like I lowered the difficulty, but I didn't. And you can just tell how nasty the acceleration on this thing is. Like, the McLaren could casually reach 300 kilometers per hour, yeah, but it took it mostly a little bit to go there. This thing, give it one, like, medium length straight and it just reaches that. Oh, I got yellow. Warning. Maybe that's what's the, you know, the weakness of this car, that it breaks in 2 hits. Well, just don't crash. Oh, fuck, I messed up. You can go on the left there, you don't need to... Oh, there's someone there. Well, someone take it out of the race. Where is the yellow flag? Hey, come on, that's a danger to everyone. Isn't this supposed to be an official racing tournament? Like, we even have ESPN sponsorship here. Are you saying that we are promoting a safety hazard event on ESPN? That's fucked up. It is. But not more fucked up than using this car and leaving everyone in the dust. Keep in mind I had a very hard accident here too. Like I had an accident and I had to, you know, well, I couldn't use the flashback, so I had to keep going because it was either that or restarting, and look at how far from everyone else I am. Like, I'm in first by so much, I don't even see them on the radar. And that, unfortunately, to me, really cheapens the game a lot. The fact that you can just pick a DLC car and obliterate the CPU is so stupid. Enemies got a magic effect that reduces damage, yeah. Yeah, something like that is not really something that I wanna fuck with, you know? Like, it was already hard to beat the quest instance, but yeah, beating that... In fact, I still can't believe I beat the quest instance. Don't think it's a bad idea because numbers on 4 class get so ridiculous. Well, that's assuming that you have good equipment. In my case, I think it doesn't really work that way, you know. But yeah. It could be. Well, I don't know how much they are gonna last to put episode 19. Episode 19 is called Isgard of the Snow or some shit like that. Though at that point I think I really will need to get a lot stronger, guys. If I don't get a lot stronger, I won't be able to do shit against that. Like, I'm already struggling in the map that episode 18 takes place on, which is the wolf forest. Well, it's called something wolf forest. That one is messed up. I already struggle there, so I imagine that the next map will be just impossible.
To go.
I was farming Bardmoon fire biosphere for money. I don't know where that is, but yeah, farming money is something that I probably should do. Just that since it has official rates, obviously you cannot easily do that.
Keep it smooth. Third place is only trailing by 5 seconds.
Oh. Isgar Land of Snow Flowers, yeah, that one. Yeah, that one is probably gonna kick my ass pretty badly. I mean, you know, Ragnarok Online is so full of bullshit. You know, the other days, quite some weeks ago, I realized that one of the cards that are used for a mage is called the Galactor card, and it's a card that is exclusive of a time exclusive event, and it's a meta card. To me, that's, how is that even allowed, dude? Oh shit.
That's gonna need to be fixed after the race.
I wasn't expecting that to come out like that. I gotta say, it looks pretty funny though. Yeah, I'm just letting my car breathe, okay? There you go. Small moves on many elements are on steroids. The fire one was the best for money in the server I played. But maybe it also is the case here, I don't know.
Millions of viewers, sky-high expectations, and you just outdid yourself.
Unfortunately, I feel pretty dirty right now. The fact that I won that only because I picked the DLC car feels bad, but you saw how badly I was doing with the non-DLC cars, right? But you know, we can... Oh, and now you made me pick between these two. That's pretty funny, the Bugatti or the Koenigsegg era. I don't know. Really, I mean, the Koenigsegg, I already have the other one. I guess I could go for the Bugatti. It's just that I think the Bugatti is ugly as fuck. I'll go for it, whatever.
Alright, it'll be ready for you to use on your next race. You're looking like a real contender to win the WSR. Carry on. This is a superb performance.
Yeah, well, it's more like my car has a superb performance, you know? Hey, hold up. Remember that GT3 event? I wanna try that one again, but with a DLC car, and see how that goes. So we have Aston Martin, BMW, McLaren, and the Mercedes-Benz. I mean, I will use the McLaren, I guess, but... Well, we saw that most of the opponents have that one. I could... I don't really... yeah, I will. So, let's see if it is like in the previous one, where you simply will win effortlessly if you just pick DLC. It probably will be, and then that feels so bad, because it's like, you know that it's the car that won, not the driver. Well, not... I mean... If that was provided to you by the game normally, it wouldn't be a problem, but the fact that it's DLC is what sucks. Well, we will see, maybe not, maybe this won't be free even with this car. We will see. So far it seems pretty similar to how it went last time. I wish the McLaren P1 was in this game. Well, maybe it is. Oh, that one worked. Well, that's pretty cool. There is also a new Niflheim map. No, it is available. It actually is available, and in fact is where they level up. In fact, it's where I should be leveling up in my current level, which I'm in level 209. The enemies have 12 million HP. I think the ones that have 25 are on the second floor, which are for... oh shit, someone died. Which are for people that are on level like 240 or something. But yeah, I went there once, like with a party, and yeah, it's... maybe now that I think I got better equipment, it might be more doable. Like, fighting against enemies with 12 million health is... not really something I enjoy, you know? Also, yeah, this one seems like even using this DLC car is not free at all. I'm not really sure if I'm doing better than last time. I think I'm doing the same. Probably. Nice. Do you have a shield card? I don't have a shield in the first place. But my problem is not how much damage they deal. My problem is how much damage I deal. Or rather, how little damage I deal. Like, my issue is not that they kill me. My issue is that I cannot kill them quickly. It's fine. I'm working on that. Like, I'm trying to get some equipment that hopefully will make me stop sucking so many balls. Hard to tell.
That second.
I don't think I'm winning this, but I mean, a second place is not a bad result. It certainly isn't. Yeah, but again, my problem right now is not that I'm getting killed. My problem is simply the lack of damage, you know? Okay. Well, that was decent, I guess.
You're currently second on the leaderboard. I want you to make sure the event leader doesn't cross the finish line before you.
And this guy, Bruno Silva, is using the Audi that I was using on the previous attempt. That's messed up. Trying to flex on me that I suck. No, it's fine. I don't mind.
There's Bruno Silva. He's leading the championship so far. Try to finish ahead of him.
Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, the majority of cars here seem to be the McLaren. Though here he's not the one that's gonna lead. It will be the American Harrison. I wonder if he's celebrating 4th of July right now. Maybe. Well, our independence is not so far from that. Our independence is in the 9th of July. It's basically next week. So this probably should be a restart. That skip didn't do me any favors. Yeah, it's just gonna be a waste of time. Completely a waste of time. You know, after this tournament, I want to check how the past events show up. Like, does the game remember your progress, or how does it work? I don't know.
Into the mid-pack. Keep going.
Could be anything.
Good. Not far to the next car.
Not far from the next car, but I think that here, unless there is another DLC car that is better, with this one I'm basically performing the same as with the Audi. Not really having any clear advantage or anything like that, so... Yeah, and the podium is pretty far. So I guess that
2 laps to go.
the Koenigsegg DLC was probably a special case. Might have been. Here, if I can reach the third place, it will already be a miracle. Why? Why is it like that? I cannot really approach them. I know I cut the corner. Well, this one doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. I'll restart one more time, but otherwise I'm out of this one. Because it seems that... I mean, it's a shame that I wasted one race for doing nothing, but it doesn't seem like I can win this one.
Nice pass. Move on to the next.
At least now I seem to be closer, but... Oof. Was a good overtake.
You got a real chance.
Yeah, like, see, here I started so much closer. It's pretty clear that I'm not gonna reach Harrison at all. But... like, these other guys already overtook them. Well, there goes my right door. Oh wait, it wasn't my door. I guess it was part of the... like the bumpers or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I should be able to get the second place here.
Try and get second back.
So what you mean try to get second back? I was never second. How can I get a position back if I never held it? Are you done? Yeah, I will accept the second place, since Bruno, well, currently will finish 4th place. So yeah, that's more than good. It's very good. Yeah, we will see. Well, all things considered, my car looks pretty in one piece. It just looks like it has bruises and shit, but I will say it looks alright. Could be a lot worse. Oh, that guy is also pretty close, but with only this lap remaining, I don't think I'm overtaking. Well, especially if it counted a corner cut there, that's messed up. That sucks. Okay. I just checked some stuff, and the skill you mentioned is indeed not implemented in every server yet. But I think that's because of the current update they are on. I think that because you're probably talking about energy conversion. Well, energy conversion, I think, comes afterwards. You know, it comes in a couple of updates. So that's the reason why it's not there. I think, I could be wrong. I think it all has to do with that. Same with the damage the skills deal. Like in the server that I'm in, it's on a previous update and the damage is not very good. But on a next update, all the Archmage skills do way more damage. So yeah, I think that's how it works. Also, Bruno in first place, and that's the thing. If I wanna win the tournament, Bruno cannot be ahead of me, but him being the one on first tells me that he probably will finish ahead of me. Which is very annoying, but I mean, what can you do? Yeah, I deserve that. Okay, that one I'm not sure if I deserve it. Damn it, asshole.
It's your first time on this route, so watch out on the corners until you know your way around.
Stay alert for what? Unfortunately, when you already start a race with this distance, with the first place, it's gonna be an issue. Yeah, and not allowed to flashback, by the way. That's so frustrating, dude. It's very frustrating. Dude, come on now. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the most annoying things about this game is the overtaking, and the fact that you need to overtake, of course, is you launch from the bottom every time, and you have to also get into a good position, obviously, if you wanna win the championship. But the way overtaking works in this game, unlike many other racing games, it's
Get back into the top three.
just so annoying.
Nice.
Because normally racing games tend to have... Yeah, I should have expected that. Normally racing games have something that makes the player just push the opponents when there's a collision, but in this case the collisions are more like balanced, I guess, in the sense that they affect both kinda equally, but yeah. For garment, isn't that an MVP card? Come on, dude. Are you out of your mind? Why would you recommend me to get an MVP card? Yeah, no shit, that would be nice. Yeah, at that point, just farm the MVP, bro. This is getting very frustrating. I think it's from Instance. Well, I don't know where it is from, but doesn't seem like the kind of thing that is very obtainable. But no, if you're talking about garment, I already told you, like, the Galactor card is the best one for garment so far, at least. Oof. I know, he's an NPC. Dude. Or so someone used it or knew it existed at all? What, you mean the Galactor? Well, in this server I saw many people use it.
Nice pass. Easy stretch to the next one.
But you know, I'm pretty sure that card is official. I mean, well, obviously it's an official server. I mean that it might have been featured on the Korean Ragnarok as well. Maybe not, I don't know. Cannot say I've been there. Okay, that somehow, even though I went to the exact same place as the previous attempts, that one was not a corner cut. So how did that guy, unless I hit someone else, he immediately repositioned himself? That doesn't make any sense. I feel like I'm being scammed. Well, try repositioning yourself there, you fucking asshole. Then I thought by going back it would count me inside, but it didn't. Fuck. Actually, I wonder if skipping that... No, it actually slows you down for quite a while, so it doesn't work out. Okay, final attempt. I got tired of restarting this, so final attempt no matter what happens. Just gonna focus, because it will be the last one. No, not save I quit. How can I retire? But it says your progress in this round will be lost, but what does it mean save and quit? No, but that's not what I wanna do. Isn't there an option to just quit? I thought there was an option to just quit, apparently there isn't. Well, maybe if you save and quit it lets you quit later, I don't know. For me, this card was Yordo's Judge. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. I don't think we even have it yet.
That's cost you time. Try and claw it back.
Didn't cost me as much time as skipping a corner, so don't worry about it. Yordos is next episode. Okay. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. But for now, I'll probably just buy off the Galactor from another player. I wish I actually played the event, but I had no idea they had something like that, like something so useful like that. But it's whatever. Which is the reason why I say that it's absolutely ridiculous that a meta card is exclusive to a time event. Like, that's absolutely nonsensical. Because I will understand if the effects are gated in the event, and some effects are gated to the event, but some other ones don't, you know? The Galactor car is like 20 million Zeni, of course. So it's not that bad. I mean, I think I have some things to sell that sell for around that money anyway, so I can just do that. Will be worse. How much money you make per hour? I don't really make money. Like, if I need to farm money, I do. I don't really have like okay, hold up. This will cost me very badly. At least I block him. But you know, I don't really farm money, so, or rather, if I need to farm money, I do that specifically, but it's not like I get a certain amount of money per time, you know? As I say, I do have some things stored that I can sell, and if I actually sell them, I'll be able to have that amount of money, so no problem. That didn't count as a skip, and that's a win. Damn, that has been so insanely frustrating. But I win. But damn, I really... Wait, oh, there is a fourth race? No way. I forgot. This one has 4 races. Damn it, why are you like this?
Speed on the main straight is key. If your last corner is slow, you could lose multiple places. You're gonna have to fight your way through the pack from here.
Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. I wanted that to be my last race with this GT3, but no, I guess we are not free from them yet. I guess we are not. At least Bruno is not in a good position, so there's that. this kinda went to shit right now. At least Bruno is behind me, but I haven't really kept up with how many points these guys in front of me have. I will assume that Callum winning doesn't mean much. Whew. What a corner, holy shit. I did that so well. Can I DM you a charm I will use for guidance of equipment? Yeah, you don't need to DM it though, you go to post it in the server, you know? Even if no one else understands, it's whatever. Not like anyone uses the server anyway. Well, no, I mean, some people do. I mean, it's a server that is pretty much of undead property. Well, Yannick could care, you know? Yannick used to play Ragnarok online. It will get sent up when I shitpost it, but I could just save it, you know? It's not like it's hard to save. I don't know if it's an image or a page, but either case, it's not like it's hard to save them. But yeah, don't worry about it. Besides, it probably like it's something that I don't know until I see it, but it might not even be useful for my server. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? That... Okay, that's fine. Well, at least I will, assuming I don't crash, that will finish with a first place. Not bad. It's available from basic materials in every server. And when I had, you could craft MVP cards even. I don't think you can do that here. Well, maybe you can, I don't know. I'm not sure if that exists. Probably not. Okay. Got it.
Straight up in front. Good. Now maintain the lead.
What are you talking about? I already won. Are you a moron? I already crossed the finish line. Yeah, what a win. Can we forget about the GT3s though? I want to forget about their existence if possible. Will be nice. Will be healthy.
Don't pass up the opportunity to acquire a new car. How about
Now,
doing a vehicle challenge?
the question is, with this face-off, can I use the Bugatti I got? Or not? No, I cannot. Oh wait, this is a still GT3. No, dude, fuck. Well, then it's a face-off event, so it's gonna be easy. But why? Okay, for this one you can use another one. So this Bugatti is the one that I unlocked, didn't I? Not sure if it's gonna make that big of a difference, but maybe. Rockstar Energy, the energy drink. Yeah, I mean this game is full of real life sponsors, as you could already probably see by the gigantic ESPN logo. These are all real life sponsors. Pretty wild. Yeah. It's something that I was wondering the other day, like, who pays who, right? Like, does Codemaster pay these guys to be able to use their branding? Or do the brands pay Codemasters to get advertised? Because I think that in those type of cases, it's always a matter of which brand is the most popular one, right? So essentially, the most popular one is the one that gets paid. But I don't know if it's that simple. And not to mention that if it was that simple, is it really a good idea for Codemasters to be paying that much money to have these brands? It's like that isn't a good business model.
That time added on will help.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not an economist, maybe it is a good business model.
Bank more time. Keep going.
That thing was flying there. Pretty nice. Damn, also that rear wing from this Bugatti is a little bit exaggerated, don't you think? Look at how high it rises on a straight, well, and especially when it brakes. It just feels like it's a prop, but it's not a prop. It's a real thing, and it actually does affect the car. When it gets raised, it's there to stop the car. Well, or rather, when it gets raised, like, I don't know how to say it, horizontally, I guess. Okay, got it. Now, I wonder if this Bugatti, if I use it for the elimination event, if I'm also gonna win very well or not. Because this Bugatti is not a DLC, but I don't know, will it go well? Maybe. Maybe it will go well.
There isn't much room to maneuver here, so don't get hemmed in. Good luck.
It's
Cars ahead
fine.
are filtered through. The race is underway. Get ready for the stunt. Bank more time. Keep going. It's giving you more time.
You know, it will be nice. I know that it's something that is, I guess, a little bit nonsensical and most people wouldn't care.
Keep pushing.
But I wish that it had every sponsor that you can use in this game had a brief description to know what they are from, like what product they produce. Kinda like how in Gran Turismo every car has a brief description that explains mostly the story of the car and shit. But here I would like to know the story of the sponsor. Because there are so many sponsors that I don't recognize. Mostly because lots of them are probably American. But yeah. I don't know what WSR is, for example. Well, wait, hold on, no. WSR is actually the in-game thing. My bad. That one is the in-game competition that is fictional. You know, for example, Thor. Like, what is that? What is Thor? Well, yeah, Thor is the god of thunder in Nordic mythology. Yeah, okay. But what is the company about? Like, and there are many more. Problem is that if I actually try to read them right now, I'm just gonna crash. And that will be bad, obviously. Yeah, see, that's the issue. If you don't pay attention to what's ahead, that's what's gonna happen. There is another one that says champion. Yeah, I don't know what brand that is. It's pretty likely I'm gonna end in a bad position here. Oh shit, that was an actual crash. Well, I cannot redo this, unfortunately. You already know that here they replace bugs, so I cannot do that. It was pretty funny though, but then again, it was a bad attempt anyway, so if anything, that worked on my favor. It forced me to restart an attempt that should have been restarted. That was a bad one. Probably should also be another restart. It will. It will. Wasn't a good start though. Unfortunately, this is also a very long event. Like, already starting with a 1 minute timer is quite annoying. It will be a very long event. At least you allow me to flashback there by some miracle of the Lord. At least this time I can at least overtake one of the guys, but still think I'm doing pretty badly. But this track, I mean, this sort of oh, I think that every time it's a different one, but I like to say that the nighttime urban tracks really kick my ass, but it's not like it's the same one every time. And not to mention that sometimes I also do well, so yeah, I don't know. Oof, nice. Okay, I'll read that in a bit, because right now, with a car as fast as this one, I don't have the luxury of looking away, but it's fine, I will. BF2 calls. BF2. It would be pretty funny if it was Battlefield 2, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Unless it's Battlefront. Oh shit, everyone is dead. Wait, what is BF?
10 seconds left.
Maybe you already... that sucks. No way!
5 seconds left.
I couldn't... that sucks. It's fine. Damn, that was pretty bad. And I tried flashbacking. Oh, Battlefront, nice. Well, have a good one. Personally, then I don't wanna restart this, but I will have to. Fuck, dude. Right at the end. Hey, have a good one. I'll try to. Well, hopefully I'll try to finish this game today. I think I would prefer not having another stream of it, because it feels like most of the times I'm just getting frustrated by it. And I mean, it certainly doesn't help that the main mechanic, being the flashback, works whenever it wants to. So yeah, hopefully I can beat it today so I can forget about it. I don't know how it's gonna be. But it's pretty, I think it's pretty clear this will be the final one. Well, you already seen that this Bugatti Veyron is the one that has the... Like, it maxed it out on some stats, so there cannot be any category after this one. And I'm pretty sure that LMP is not a thing in this game, so... And neither is, like, Formula Cars, so... I think that this will be the end. It will only be the end if I can reach there, and if I am gonna be restarting like this, I'm certainly not gonna reach it, and that will be bad. Not to mention that this group of events is already kind of a big repetition of the things in the previous group of events, so you know. If there is yet another group of events after this one, it will again repeat the same stuff that has been repeated here, so that doesn't seem like a good idea. That's supposed to be Bruno, I think. Yeah. Well, too bad for him.
Seconds to go before the next checkpoint.
I'm not sure if the result is gonna be much different from the previous attempt, even without crashing. Well, I was second place, okay. Yeah, not bad. How much? I guess the first place was quite ahead. So hold up, someone sent me something. Oh yeah, it's Kyle, and he actually DM'd me. Alright. Sure. Oh wait, I forgot. I need to put OBS there. Every time I tab out of the game, it just does that. Like it helps the frames per second.
Carve yourself a path through the mountains. Wait for the light at the start gate. Keep your eyes on the road and off the timer, and you'll be fine. Bank more time. Keep going. Time's been added. If you could keep this pace up, you could win.
How are you so sure? Isn't that a little bit too early to say? Do you mean? Wow, that was a spectacular accident, and yes, yet again I couldn't flashback. I mean, anytime that I have an accident and I don't flashback, just assume that I am trying and it doesn't let me. I mean, there is no reason not to assume that. Yes, I always try and I always am not led. Man, stupid ass game working half the time. For example, there, no, didn't work. Didn't. What the hell, dude? How does that even happen? Wait, I didn't mean to reset the vehicle, didn't it? My frustration meter is increasing very quickly. Well, for what little I read about the next game, Grid Autosport, I think it actually tries to go back to how Grid is, which is basically trying to be more of a simcade instead of whatever this is trying to be. So, at least I will say that a big portion of my frustrations won't be there, but that doesn't mean it won't be hard, it probably will. I just think that it's a little bit awkward to play this game. Actually, you know what? I think it's something that is very comparable to Pro Street, like Need for Speed Pro Street. That game also had the fact that it was an arcade racing game. Like, it was not a simcade by any means, and it still wanted you to do stuff that, you know, something more akin to a simcade will ask you to do. You know, driving in real life circuits, and also having some very hard to beat opponents.
5 seconds left.
What is this guy doing? What the hell? You just went against the wall on your own. Are you stupid? That's 4th place. I think that should be enough to win, right? I mean, I hope it is. I really don't want to restart.
Great driving, Hot Rod, and that's how you win.
It
Awesome
is.
effort in that round.
Okay, so I think that right now the only thing remaining is the eliminator thing, and then the final will probably get unlocked, I hope. Yeah, I think, no, maybe it will be 2 more events, unfortunately.
Most of them I return to.
Well, I know I won't be doing the drift. Well, I could be doing the face-off. Shame that it uses a GT3, but that sucks. Damn it. Alright, but here we can use the Bugatti. This will be a good comparison also with the McLaren F1, because this one is also a non-DLC car. So I wonder how it will work here. I mean, so far this Bugatti has done well. Decently, at least. Will it do as well as that DLC Koenigsegg? We don't know. I think so far at least it's doing better than the McLaren. Maybe the issue was simply the McLaren all this time. Don't know, I mean, here, pretty sure that if I were to pick the Koenigsegg, it will do a lot better than this. But I don't think it's an issue with the McLaren specifically. Like, I'm pretty sure that the McLaren will do very similarly here. I guess I will have to deploy the Koenigsegg after all. Probably. But not yet. For now, try to fight it off a little bit with the Bugatti. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so for the simple reason that if I want to beat this today, I cannot afford to restart. Like, restarting cannot happen. Like, I have to win on the first try pretty much, so... so here, yeah, pick the Koenigsegg, I guess. So, I don't know what it is about this car. I mean, in theory... I mean, if you look at the stats, it apparently doesn't have anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, I guess that's the issue, isn't it? The fact that I'm paying attention to the stats, I shouldn't do that. The stats are worthless, like in every fucking racing game, apparently. So yeah, I'm probably gonna use this thing on, well, on this eliminator and... what was the other event remaining? Oh yeah, the face-off challenge. Well, the face-off, it doesn't matter what I use, really. So for some reason the front of the car doesn't look very metallic at all, even though I'm pretty sure it is metallic painting, but doesn't look like it is. Okay. All right.
Times in Sector 3, and you'll be in with a better chance.
Bro, you're talking about Sector 3, I cannot even get past Sector 1. And you're telling me to do well on Sector 3. That was Bruno, by the way. No, I think no. Bruno is on top 1. You know. Okay, I'm doing pretty badly right now. And that guy decided to crash in front of me. I mean, that shouldn't matter. Like, even if I lose time there, my car is just fast enough to reach them anyways. It's still... Like, that's the thing, it's not very easy to switch in between cars. Like, despite the fact that it's supposed to be arcade, switching between cars really... I mean, the cars do feel different between each other, you know? Yeah, I mean, here I just casually overtake the first place with no effort involved, without even driving well. Why? Because I have an OP car. Even with that, you know, even with that very bad corner that costed me time, I'll still recover the lead. So my car is also not doing pretty well in terms of health, but it's fine. Doesn't need to. Just need to survive a little bit more. Well, not really a little now that I think about it, but it's fine. It will survive. This is pretty sad to see, honestly. Like, really... I mean, not like I'm forced to pick this car, but... I mean... It's either picking this car and winning, or picking another car and wanting to break something, so... I feel like there is not that much of a middle ground here. I mean, I do think that this is the right difficulty for me, which is the reason why I haven't lowered it, but really feels like, at least in this specific car category, I pick anything that is not this car, and it just feels like you're trying to swim against the current. You're constantly trying to swim against the current, and the current is very fast, very strong, you know? That's how I feel. Yeah, at the same time, this car, I do think that makes things quite boring, because it's on a completely different level. And you know that I still don't know why. I guess it's simply raw speed. Like, it has an acceleration that is simply superior to every other car. But like, that's the thing. The stats on this car, for what I remember seeing, has the acceleration be like in 3/4 of the bar, right? Like, it doesn't go all the way to the right, but something like, for example, the Bugatti had it almost go all the way to the right. So why does this have better acceleration, right? Makes no sense. And it's obvious that the stats are a fucking lie, like there were also in the previous game, but I don't know, like, I'm not exactly sure what makes this car so good, but it is. Like, without any effort I can win these races, even after doing multiple mistakes, you know? That's the sad part about them. He basically just told me, keep yourself safe. I hope he doesn't say that in an acronym, though. The keep yourself safe acronym can be easily misinterpreted. You see, none of that matters. None of those crashes are important at all.
Stay out from the back.
If it was any other car, they would, but with this one, just shrug them off. No problem. Well, I guess at least they are consistent in the sense that, just like the previous game, there is very clearly one car that is the best one in the category. But it just sucks that that one car is DLC and you don't even unlock it. Well, I guess that's also another thing I don't like about this game that much. The fact that you get your cars given to you, even the non-DLC ones, so doesn't give you the sense of achievement that the previous one did for when you actually afforded an expensive car, I guess. Though in the previous game at some point money kinda stopped mattering, because, you know, you had so much money you could probably afford all the cars in the games anyways.
That's another eliminated and out of the running.
Here, I mean, I wouldn't mind the way the cars are handled if they were pretty much just skins, right? And if they all mostly behave the same, but when there is a very clear advantage, yeah, I think it kinda sucks. Here it's just in a completely different level, what I'm seeing here. It really feels like you're just using God mode. It really feels that way. But I think that some of the opponents from the AI are also using this car. Maybe. So if that's the case,
Top 4 is good. Top 3 is even better. Keep pushing.
I guess it's just that in the hands of a player, it's an amazing car and the AI cannot really use it. But I think if anything that will confirm
The top 3. Don't
that the opponents are not simulated. Wow, all of my rear is gone. Nice. You don't look very pretty on the inside. Well, wouldn't be much different than, you know, cutting someone's skin and looking at their insides. Yeah, it's as ugly as that. Hey, don't worry, at least I'm still keeping the front. Could be worse. Okay. But I wanna see the opponents. Is there one of them using this car? Yeah, no. Actually, no. The other ones that are using are the Koenigsegg CCGT. That is one of the cars that you get if you pick them. Instead of picking the Bugatti, you pick that one, you get that one. So no one is using this one. Maybe that's what's happening, that you're allowed to use this car here, but it's normally not of this category. But no, I mean, when you look at the top right, when you select the car, it tells you the category they belong to, and this is supposed to be the supercar category, so it is the same category as the Bugatti, as the McLaren F1, and well, obviously the other Koenigsegg. So I just don't understand why it's so, like, absurdly busted, because it's very busted. It's, oh shit. Okay, that's fine. Like, I feel like I will even go as far as to say it's game breaking. Like, it feels like it's not intended to be used.
Okay, one down and it wasn't you. Good work.
But hey, it's there. it's in the game, so you know.
Another one gone. Keep it going.
I guess it's a little bit boring to pick this car, it really is, but I mean, it basically is kind of a pick your poison situation. Pick any other car and be ultra frustrated by the fact that you cannot really reach the podium without an excessive amount of sacrifice, or pick this car.
One more out of the race.
Well, actually, okay, we want excitement, here we have excitement. So I don't even think that this is gonna be exciting, because I know I will overtake them anyways. Like, you know, like, that accident didn't mean shit, I'll still overtake them effortlessly. But as I was saying, like, it's pick your poison between the frustration of barely even making it on the podium with the other cars, or the boredom of picking this car and knowing that no matter what you do, you are gonna win.
5 cars left.
The only way you wouldn't win is if you have a car braking accident and you're forced to restart, but yeah, aside from that, there is, you know, there is no way to lose. Well, I guess theoretically you could say if you get an accident close to the end of the race and you don't have enough of a margin, sure, but whatever, like, that usually doesn't happen. I tend to be careful when the race is out to be over. I guess here it's a little bit harder to tell since there are no laps, but I mean, you can just look at the amount of opponents left and look at the countdown. So here, for example, we are very close to the end, so especially in this section, just take it easy, no need to hurry.
Great driving. One last push and we got the
My
win.
opponents were definitely hurrying there though. Unfortunately for you, you cannot compete with this car. This car is just in another level, it's not even close. It's that good. Sucks for you, I guess. Well, kinda sucks for me too, but it's fine, whatever. Just get it done with.
Great driving, Hot Rod. Well done. You got first place.
Yeah. I mean, if I got anything other than first place, it will be worrying. But yeah, we got it. So I think I still need to do one more event to get the amount of fans, yeah. Well, one or two actually. I think one might be enough though, which obviously will be this face-off series. So since face-off is very easy, oh, not to mention I'm not allowed to use that car. Let's just use the Audi. Yeah, I remember this is a GT3 face-off, which is weird that these cars are using a face-off, but sure, why not?
Sir, overtaking is a whole different ballgame. Don't lose your nerve.
I mean, so far every face-off event has been free, but we will see how this one is. I'm not a fan of how these cars handle here. Well, pretty nice how I got pushed out. But yeah, I mean, the issue is that here, these cars are the maximum expression of what's wrong with this game, like the identity crisis that the game has. Like, GT3 is a racing category that usually has cars that have very safe driving, in the sense that you usually can take corners without worrying about oversteering, and they tend to be cars that, you know, are like the primary racing circuit cars, right? Like, these things belong on a track. So the thing there is that it's kind of how this game cannot really choose between being a game that has real stuff but being also extremely arcadey. I mean, it can be both at the same time, but I feel like this game really struggles at doing that. And, well, the reason why I compare it with this car is because, well, what is this car doing here in a mountain pass? And also a car that, you know, the whole point of using these cars is that they have, you know, they grip the asphalt. You don't drift with this, but in this game you need to drift in a lot of cases, so it's that sort of thing where it's just an identity crisis. But it's fine. I mean, so yeah, I'm not sure, it's the way I say it, like, I'm pretty sure that the flashback, when it doesn't work, is because you have many opponents or something along the lines of that, I guess. Otherwise it doesn't make sense that in any other mode where you don't have all the cars together, it works almost every time, like consistently even. It might be related to that, like when it's about to flashback, like there's something in the game that says, wait, if you do this, you will use more memory than the one we have allocated, so don't do that. Because, you know, I will assume that flashbacking when all the other AIs are active is probably taxing for the processing, right? You will have to reprocess the position of everyone in the track. Well, the position, I mean the current context, I guess, of the AIs. Like, they are in a whole different place when you know, flashback. So maybe what's happening is, I don't know, like when too many opponents are, it's as I say, no, if you do that, the game will crash or whatever, so it doesn't happen. Like, I feel like that's ridiculous. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. But otherwise, I'm not sure how to explain the fact that in things like face-off, toge, or the time attacks, you can consistently flashback without the game doing anything out of the ordinary. But every time that you're in a race with multiple opponents, you cannot. Like, the only difference is the amount of opponents on the track. But yeah, maybe 12 opponents is way too much. It's like, no, dude, we cannot flashback that much. But it's so ridiculous that I have a hard time believing that's the case. Obviously, it's just a theory, doesn't mean that it's true. I feel like it's a compelling theory in something that is already not logical, right? See, it's a theory that lacks some logic in the sense of why would they allow something like that to happen willingly without even telling the player, hey, you cannot use this when there are too many cars. But the fact that it's happening is already illogical, the fact that you cannot do it, so it's an illogical explanation for an illogical situation, right? Yeah, maybe it's just that my installation is the one that it's bugged. It's not something that is meant to happen in other installations, and my game is installed in a certain way that that it bugs the flashback. I don't know. Pretty weird, but it's fine. At least, as you always expected, this phase of events are fucking free. And it's not a surprise they are. Like, the reason why most of the races are hard to win in the first place is because you are forced to overtake many opponents while your rival is just allowed to run scot-free, right? So yeah, when that doesn't happen, when you don't need to worry about overtaking, it's like the AI starts showing that it's not really that good. Not to mention, when you don't have to worry about doing unoptimal racing lines because someone else is ahead of you, right? So yeah, the only way that the AI seems to compete against you is when you are eating shit. Here you have the whole track to yourself, so...
Has very little runoff, so pick your line.
I mean, this is the same car that I used in that one championship that, you know, that was a GT3 championship, right? And with that one I struggled like hell. And I had to use a different car. I don't think that it even helped that much, but the point is that here I can use the same thing and the struggle is like zero, you know? We'll see what Bruno does though. Maybe Bruno will make me struggle. Will you? I don't think you will. I think that you will be well behaved, right? Probably. I think I crash against that corner on every single round. And I really think I did. Yeah, some corners are obviously harder than others. I mean, that applies to real life as well, obviously. Well, that one I don't remember crashing it, but it's fine. Can always happen. You're getting pretty close. Stay there. I know you will. He's staying there, but staying pretty close to me as well. Yeah, at least I didn't crash on this corner this time. Yeah, we're almost there. And I hope that this is enough to unlock the finals. Because as I say, I really want to beat the game today. Or at least this group of events, if somehow there is another one after this. I would prefer beating the game right now. Got it? Okay, and now Well, I think that the amount of fans that you get for winning one of these is something like 100,000. If that's the case, well, not to mention I got an objective, so I need 22,500,000 to unlock the finals. So how many do we got? Okay, well, yeah, that's way more than enough. So, on to the finals we go.
You've raced like a champion. There's a place in the final for you, and who knows what this race will bring.
Well, I know exactly what it's gonna bring if I pick the Koenigsegg, and I will pick the Koenigsegg. Unless I'm not allowed to. I am certainly allowed to. So you can either pick GT3, which I don't know why you will do that, because these cars clearly cannot compete against supercars. Or, well, that. You know, it's pretty funny. Just look, like the Koenigsegg has the lowest acceleration meter here, and it's still meant to be the best one. It's so nonsensical. In fact, stat-wise, the McLaren beats it in every single one, including weight. And this is still so much better. Alright, look. This is obviously a mistake. But I'll pick the Bugatti. I'll use it for like a couple of attempts and then we are back at the Koenigsegg. That's the plan. Because if I go to the Koenigsegg, I know I will win. Like, it will happen. No matter what, I will win. So, I wanna see how I can do with the Bugatti. Just a couple of attempts, not more. But I need to at least give it a try, you know? I wouldn't feel good about it otherwise. Like, once I see my frustration, I will be like, yeah, fuck this. But at least I wanna try it once. Oops, my bad. That was Callum, I think.
That's you into the top 3.
Alright, so Harrison is on the lead. And this guy wants to be my rival again. Pretty nice of you. Wonder, by the way, if the next game in the series will have the McLaren P1. That's a car that is very popular, but I guess less games than I expected have it. Also, here you can see that this guy, at least on straights, completely murders me. That's not the same Koenigsegg I have, that's the Agera R. But yeah, it's whatever, it's... The point is that it's a faster car. But you can see that the guy behind me, Bruno, is also wanting to... He wants to say something. He wants to, well, in fact, he's gaining on me. Like, he's actually going faster than I am. Yeah, and again, no flashback. Alright. I've seen enough. Oh wait, though, what happens if you retire from the finals, though? Because I never did that. Like, the finals are supposed to be important, so what happens when you finish like this? I want probably nothing. Probably you can just try again, but it will be nice.
You've never had more people behind you, willing for you to win, and winning here is everything. There are no greats that settle for second place.
Well, I couldn't hear what he said, but probably wasn't important. Anyways, yeah. Sorry if you wanted this to be exciting. I mean, I also wanted this to be exciting, but you gotta understand that the game doesn't want it to be exciting, so I'll just pick the Koenigsegg and win for free. Sorry. I apologize. This is gonna be a snooze fest. I mean, it's gonna be a snooze fest for me too, you know? But yeah, it is what it is. If I want to beat this today, it's the way to do it. It's fucked up how broken this fucking car is, dude. Unbelievable even. And it's even more frustrating knowing that the stats are a complete lie. That the stats have nothing to do with how good this is. Because it's as I say, the... Nice. Yeah, that's one thing that the stats or anything is not gonna prevent it. If you have a fatal crash, you won't be able to continue. Like, that's for sure. Could be the best car in the universe, but if you crash it like that, it's over. Yeah, it's as I was saying before, the McLaren F1 has every single stat be better than this one. And unlike the GT3 cars that are a different category, the McLaren F1 is the same category, it's the supercar category. So how do you explain that? Well, you don't, because it doesn't make any sense. You cannot explain something nonsensical. Or well, at least you cannot explain it in a way that isn't nonsensical. But yeah, it's fine. Don't worry, I'm sure Harrison here will give me a good fight, right? Clearly. I'm sure Harrison will actually try to fight back. And is not just gonna get utterly humiliated by me. Right? Yeah, I know you're that kind of driver, Harrison, right? Especially, you know, it's 4th of July and you're American, so you should have a buff from that, right? Also, by the way, how do I do here? Oh shit!
Okay, you may have done some damage there.
You think? Some damage? Yeah, I think I did some damage, I agree. We got some damage. Funny. Pretty funny. Sometimes, Mr. Guy over the radio, you definitely have some sense of humor. You definitely do. Well, all said and done, I think that this Koenigsegg era that Harrison is driving might actually be, like, have an actual higher top speed than the Koenigsegg I'm driving. Not like that matter. Wait, what is this guy doing? I mean, he's driving like I am driving, but why? Did my low IQ like affect you for me being close to you?
Extend that 5-second gap. Third place is still a threat. Okay, Hot Rod, let's keep that lead.
Yeah, I cannot keep that lead if they take me down like that. Also, there's an issue. You might not see it, but my car is ultra broken to the right. Like, it's steering to the right by itself a lot. You can probably see it, but ooh, that's bad. That's pretty bad. I mean, not surprised that it broke after that impact, but yeah, it's bad. Well, I guess here Harrison actually surprised me. He's not gonna be humiliated. I'm gonna be humiliated.
Fastest time you've ever set on this track.
That's the fastest time, really? Damn. Every other time might have been trash.
Okay, good effort.
Well, at least here we have a start that makes it look like I might need to work for my win. You see, I mean, on that previous race, I had like, what, 4 accidents, and I still managed to keep the second place. Like, if it was any other car, I would have restarted multiple times, but with this thing, no need for that. Absolutely no need.
Getting stuck in the middle. Try and climb back up.
What you mean stuck in the middle? And also, that's what I don't understand. He says, try to climb back up. When you say back, you mean that you already were there, right? Like when you say go back because you already were from what place you are being sent to, right? So here, climb back, like how? I started from 10th position or something like that. I'm not climbing back. I'm climbing up, yes, but I'm not getting back anywhere. I wasn't there. Not like I even have an option to. There is no qualifying in this game, and I'm glad there isn't, but yeah.
Okay, first lap. Let's have more like that one, okay? You're maintaining the lead well.
I think that that's one thing that my car really doesn't like the back body. It really wants to get rid of it in every opportunity. Well, at least wait, the engine is this is rear engine, right? I mean, it's hard to tell if what I'm looking at is the engine, but I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, what else would it be? Yeah, it's most likely the engine. Yeah, I'm not sure if having the engine exposed like that is a good idea. Then again, some cars, or well, rather some people, actually expose the car's engine when they are on the front. They expose it as a way to... you know, it's an aesthetic choice. Well, this one certainly is an aesthetic choice, isn't it?
You just put in the fastest lap.
Now, I do wonder if the next games in the series will have a category with different cars, but that actually are balanced, so they don't have one that clearly is better than the other ones. See, maybe at this point that's just a series trademark, but is it? I don't know.
Second place is only 5 seconds behind you. Keep it smooth.
What I do know is that the DLCs certainly don't stop after this game. The question is if at least they are not broken like this one is here. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm not even gonna care about the points. I mean, why would I? I know I win. I know I'll win no matter what happens, so...
The roads are wide here, but there's hardly an inch of track that's dead straight. Carter is on pole. He'll be sure to make a fast start, so don't let him get away.
Oh yeah, Harrison starts first. Well, he won't finish first. Take my word for it.
Sector 1 is where you really need to push yourself.
Unlike the first race, I'm not gonna let you win this one. Not for any other reason that I just don't feel like letting you win. That's it.
Stay on your racing line. Can't afford to take these knocks.
Yeah, I'm staying on my racing line, don't worry. Wait, is my direction broken? I think it might be. Hard to tell. I don't know actually. Is it? Might not be. No, it is. It's going to the right. Well, who cares? Harrison here is certainly keeping up a very insane lead. Yeah, don't worry, I'll get there. Oh, this is only 2 laps. I wonder if that's enough time to get there. Maybe. I mean, with this car, I feel like anything is possible. We are already there. I'm not sure. Well, I guess that will be the challenge, wouldn't it? Try to catch up to the first place. You have 1 whole lap to do that. Rather than just saying you only have 1 lap, no, you have a whole lap to catch up with him.
Got a 5-second advantage on 3rd place. Keep pushing.
I don't understand. When you're doing a chase on the first place, why the fuck are you focusing on the 3rd place? I don't give a fuck about the 3rd place. 3rd place is history. Hello, Harrison. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, I guess. I just wanted to tell you, I started the race with an accident that made me go to last place, and I ended up winning. How does that make you feel, Harrison? Cannot imagine it makes you feel very good, right? But yeah, I say that I wouldn't let you win, and I didn't let you win. But well, in case you needed any concrete proof of how broken this car is, I mean, how do you explain that situation? After an accident that left me on last place with a lot of disadvantage, like with all the cars basically crushing me, so even my... like the car that I had some damage, right? So it didn't drive optimally. Well, in fact, as I told you, my direction was broken and the car was steering right on its own. And even then, I ended up winning anyways. Any other proof you need that this car is extremely broken? Yeah, I don't think you need. Well, at least, I guess if anyone is struggling with this game and you happen to own the DLCs, just know that this specific Koenigsegg is absolutely broken. So if you want an easy victory, well, you have it. Regardless of what difficulty you are playing, like, this is the hardest difficulty in the game, supposedly, so... if it works here, it will work on the lower ones too, don't worry about it. I don't know if later on, like maybe a 4, well 4, no, this is the 4th one. Maybe a 5th difficulty unlocks after the game is beaten, but as of right now, on the 4 difficulties that shown up so far, just pick this card and you will win. It's all you need. You won't need anything else. The only issue is if you already own the game, but you don't own the DLCs, well...
Keep pushing.
Yeah. That's a shame. But I don't know, maybe the Koenigsegg era, the one that is not a DLC, the one that you can actually choose, maybe that one is good. I don't know. I didn't choose it, I chose the Bugatti Veyron instead, simply because if I wanted a Koenigsegg, I already have this one. But yeah, the Bugatti doesn't really seem like it shines at all. It's pretty mediocre. But I don't think I should say that. It just behaves in the same way as what, well, I don't know if every other car in this category, but it behaves like the McLaren F1. Like, it's simply a car that is not, you know, it's decent, but that's it. Okay. Is there gonna be a race where you're not gonna lose your rear? Well, I guess ironically on the previous one where you got crashed by every single car, I think it's the only one where you didn't lose it. But aside from that, you lost it in every single race so far in this championship. Man, that's crazy. I guess you really dislike your rear. I don't know why, I think your rear looks fine. Yeah. That's an interesting thing to say out of context, but you know, well, whatever, I win anyways. So only one more race to go, right? I think. Well, at this point, I'm not even gonna look at the points. Who cares? I'll win regardless. It's irrelevant.
Double apexes are king in Chicago. Smooth out those turns and you'll be winning in no time. This race is the culmination of everything you've achieved. If you fall behind, get back in there. If you spin out, push harder. If you're second, then be first. This is it, pal. It's yours if you want it.
Then I like all the motivational speech you're giving there. But yeah, you shouldn't give that speech to me. You should give the speech to the actual winner, which is Mr. Koenigsegg. Right, you wanna make the race exciting? Let's make the race exciting. No, this... Wait, hold up. I think my direction is ultra fag to the left. Oh, it is. Look at that. I'm not doing that. Well, I mean, it makes sense since it was a frontal impact like that, but my direction is extremely fag. Not like that stopped me from winning one of the previous ones, but... well, I could try, might as well. The reason why I think it's a bad idea is because it's a short race. It's 3 laps in... Well, though this version of Chicago is not particularly short, I guess. Yeah, it's not that short, actually. Well, we might be able to pull it off, maybe. I mean, at this point, I need this sort of little challenge to keep myself entertained, you know? I gotta tell you that the steering is ultra fucked up. No, a restart might be needed here. Not a fan of doing that, I guess. It's like, you know... this thing... With that steering, it's very hard to drive. Like, it even feels fair, you know? With that steering defect, it even feels like I'm driving with the same advantage as everyone else. You see, otherwise, well, obviously I will take first before the first lap is over, but I think I want to increase the stakes. What about taking first place before the half of the first lap? Well, what is half of the first lap? I guess before the 1 minute mark? Not sure. Will be? Well, we can do that. Though there's 10 seconds remaining, can you really do that? Almost. Damn it, I can't believe I failed. Absolute failure. It's fine. If I did that a little bit better, I probably could have. Anyways. Mr. Harrison. Oh, there it is.
All right, you've done enough to pass the objective. Just get to the finish.
That was a little bit mean. What was the objective? Well, I don't know, and I don't care either. I mean, obviously at this point the sponsorship objectives, like, who cares? Like, they were useful to give you fans, but you don't need any more fans right now. That's also another very weird thing about this game. How is fans the main currency? I mean, it's not like the first game that is like that. Just weird that in a game about cars, the currency is fans. Like, I would understand if it was I mean, something like Idol Master. I never play an Idol Master game, but I think it kind of works like that, right? You're supposed to train an idol to be famous, so obviously the amount of fans you will have will be important. I don't know if it's measuring amount of fans or in some other way, but in a racing game, well, it's not the first racing game I play that does that. But usually those other racing games tend to have other currencies, like, you know,
You just drove the fastest.
like an actual currency, like a money, right? Yeah. I cannot really say I'm happy about this result. Like, yeah, obviously first place, but like, I'm not happy about having gotten it with this car. Really feels like I'm cheating. But yeah, I mean, just wanted to be done with the game today, and well, that's something that this car is very good at doing. So yeah, I guess we will be done today. I could also, like, if I really wanted to fully complete the game, I could go back to the other events and try to win them, but I mean, I could do that, yes, but not to mention beating all of the vehicle challenges. I could also do that, but do I want to? I don't know. I feel like it will be, especially, I mean, maybe I wouldn't mind so much if it wasn't for the fact that doing all the events I haven't done includes doing the drift events. And of course you had to finish the race without your rear. Wouldn't be any other way, right? Alright. So, yeah, what now?
Not sure how you're gonna cope with your newfound celebrity status. Just remember your faithful engineer, though. You did it, pal.
Yeah, what's unbelievable is that I was allowed to use this car. It might appear in a French newspaper, that's pretty funny. Yeah, and also putting a manga in the Japanese newspaper. Also, one of the guys in the background was speaking in Spanish. 2018? Well, I guess it's because each season was supposed to be a year, and since this game is from 2013, like 5 seasons will be like eventually in 2018. Damn, those are some very slow credits, holy shit. This is gonna take an eternity if I don't skip them. I don't wanna skip them, I don't like skipping credits, but damn, this had to be one of the slowest ones I've seen in recent time. Holy, it's like it wants me to skip them. Then again, the game also says loading, so I don't think I can skip them even. But then... Anyways, well, that was the game. I cannot say I didn't enjoy it because I like what I played, but I don't like it more than the previous game. Because as I said before, I do feel like this game has an identity crisis. Like it obviously is an arcade racing game, but it's like at the same time it doesn't want to be. So it's like in a middle ground that is not really the simcade middle ground. It's like in a weird middle ground between arcade and simcade. And I feel like that's the worst place you can be. Well, not the worst place. I think a worst place is between simcade and actual simulator. That middle ground is worse, but this middle ground I also don't think it's very nice. Well, as I was mentioning before, it reminds me of Need for Speed Pro Street. Need for Speed Pro Street is a game that also suffers from the same. It's an arcade racing game trying to be a simcade, and it's not a simcade, but the thing is that it's like it's the worst of both worlds. I wouldn't call this game the worst of both worlds, but I feel like it's still pretty rough. Like the biggest example is going in Red Bull Ring on those very sharp corners and taking them by drifting. It's like, it's funny, yes, like it looks cool, yes, but it's like, you know, it's so weird, you know, like why wouldn't I just, you know, brake normally and take the corner like more or less what drivers take them in real life, right? But no, instead you take them with a very funny drift. I mean, it kind of reminds me of, even though in Ridge Racer it's a lot more exaggerated, but imagine playing Ridge Racer on a real life track. Like, it will just look so stupid. Now obviously this game doesn't reach that level of stupidity, but again, I still think it's on that middle ground that is not very nice. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. What was bad though is the balance on that final category. Like, how is it possible that the Koenigsegg is so much better than every other car? Like, how do you allow that to happen? Like, well, yeah, it's a DLC car, but I mean, at least with the other DLC car that I used, that McLaren GT3, that one didn't seem to be that much better than the ones that are part of the base game. But yeah, this one, they did something with this Koenigsegg that I don't even know if it was intended, because you look at the stats, and just by looking at the stats, it shouldn't be that good. But it is. It is that good. It's insanely good. Way better than everything else. So I don't know what they did there. Anyways, can I make this go faster? Well, that's not making it go faster. But wait, why do you even say loading if I can skip it? Well, sorry about skipping it, but honestly, dude, those really are the slowest credits I remember seeing. Like, extremely slow. I don't know why you made them so slow. Anyways, what now? Custom event. Oh, so you can just pick whatever you want. Or you could go to timeline. And in timeline, yeah, you have all the seasons and all the events in them. I wonder... Yeah, it actually does remember your result. Like the ones that you haven't done. Well, in the first one I only didn't win this one, and once I didn't win that one I started slacking off on the nets. Like for example here, yeah, time attack second, whatever. This one, not even play it. Time attack, fuck that, right? Like that sort of stuff. So, well, in fact, a lot of second places in here and a lot of events that I didn't even play. So the thing here is that if I really wanted, I could try playing all of that. And I'm tempted. Believe it or not, I am tempted to do that. But should I? I don't think I should. I'll think about it. I most likely won't. Because as I say, even though I enjoy the game, I don't know if I enjoyed it that much to fully complete it, but I'll think about it. Wait, hold up. Can you actually do the challenges? Because I didn't see that. By challenges, I mean the vehicle challenges. No, you can't. Wait, so those cars you haven't unlocked are permanently locked? Unless it's in my vehicles. Oh, they automatically got all unlocked, I think. They did, yeah. You have the Pagani Huayra was one of them. Well, that's funny. So if you manage to beat the game, like everything gets unlocked automatically. Alright, that's odd. But sure. And then Indy. You had IndyCar? But there wasn't a single event that used this. That's interesting. And then what other... There was one more category to the right. What was it? Demolition Derby. Well, that's also another thing that didn't show up. Jupiter Eagle Ray. Sure. Anyways. I feel like since, you know, the vehicle challenges are a thing, and for some reason I'm not allowed to do them unless I'm blind. Maybe I am blind and it's somewhere there, but I don't think I saw them. So I think that since they are not there, I wouldn't really be completing every event anyway. So I think I'm just gonna you know, end the playthrough here. But hey, I mean, I beat the game, so I cannot complain. But yeah, I'll still think about it. I probably will play something else on the next stream. But in any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one and take care.